All right, people. So just saw the game and a lot to talk about. Very, very weird game. And because it just, I mean, on paper, the records show that Arsenal, we had 1.65 XG and they had less, 0.88. It shows they had more shots. They had 3 shots on target. We had 2 shots on target. It shows we had 26 touches in the box. They only had 9. But if you watch the game that I watched, you see that they were a lot more organized and played better, you know, in I think areas outside the 18-yard box. I feel like they were in control of the game, but it showed that they were in control of the game in areas that weren't really a threat to Arsenal. Now, I'm not excusing Arsenal for this performance. I think it was a very poor performance by Arsenal. Yeah, it was maybe you can say professional. We were lucky today to get penalty. And kudos to Arteta for making the sub. I thought Saka just couldn't get into the game. He couldn't get a breather. He was poor. Yeah. And Arteta recognized that and introduced Madueke, who had a very good game. He introduced some energy, some flair, and ultimately created a penalty, and obviously which Havertz scored. So kudos to Madueke and to Arteta, and of course to Havertz for scoring the goal. But just from a performance standpoint, I'm a little worried. This again was another very iffy performance by Arsenal. We just didn't really get into it, especially in the second half. First half, I thought it was 50-50 or 60-40, maybe 60 meaning to Leverkusen and 40 to Arsenal. They were a better team all around, in my opinion. Their passes, their moves, their dribbles, their defense as well. I thought the left-hand side was superb. Really, really good. They defended really well, which is why Saka struggled. There were the 2 players there. I think what's their name again? Grimaldo and Tapsoba. They did a good job today against us. And but again, kudos to Madueke, because I always say when it comes to wing play, being a winger is about solving problems thrown at you. So Saka couldn't solve the problem, but Madueke did. He solved it again with ease, to be honest with you. But there's something I'm noticing about this team, and quite frankly, it frustrates me. It's always this thing where we get the opportunity to whip a ball into the 18-yard box, either from our wingers or the midfielders that run into the wing, they run into the channel. We just still prefer to recycle the ball. I feel it's an opportunity missed. We totally isolate the strikers or the players who have made those runs into the box when we decide to pass the ball again. Sometimes just whip the cross into the 18-yard box and, hope that it gets utilized and maybe amounts to a goal or creates a chance. But I've seen this repeatedly. Madueke gets into good positions, they move it back to the middle, and then we just keep recycling, but we never ever choose to just take that first initiative, cross the ball into the 18-yard box. I'm guessing it's an Arteta 10. Again, not the most fluid, not the most fluid game for us. They were more fluid, and we were a bit very poor in different areas. Our passes were just not it today. But our defense, did okay. I thought Timber and Hincapié and Gabriel and Saliba did okay. Although they had the center forward, Kofani, gave them a really, really tough time. And kudos to him. I thought it was a good player. And I think he's just 19. It's a 19-year-old man. Jeez, that's something to look out for. He's a good player. What else? Timber worries me. I'm beginning to see that Timber is a fantastic. I thought defense-wise he did great. He connected well with the attack, but he tends to be cute. He wants to play cute when he goes into really good positions, and it's so frustrating for me. Sometimes just hit the damn ball. Why do you always want to do some fancy flick or something like that? An opportunity goes, and it's just I don't get it. Martinelli did okay, surprisingly for me. I thought he was probably one of our best players, to be honest with you. He actually was the one person looking to create problems for the Leverkusen defense. So kudos to him. I'm not a big Martinelli fan, but when he does well, I'll definitely give him his flower. I thought he did well today. Izzy was in parts okay. And when he found the space, and in most parts, he was just pressing. I didn't really see much of him. Declan Rice too had an okay game. Mendy not so much, and I thought for me I would have taken him off. I felt at some point would have just moved Rice to go play number 6 and play Havertz and Eze. That's what I would have done instead of taking off Gyökeres the way the time he did. But ultimately, it was Arteta's choice. It worked out. We didn't lose. There was obviously, from a performance standpoint, this is better than Brighton, but for sure, we play better than we played against Brighton. But there's a lot of resemblance of this result to what Barca did yesterday against Newcastle. If I was a Leverkusen fan, I'd be pissed. Although they didn't create too many chances, if we're being honest, they only had 3 shots on target. One was the direct shot to Raya from the striker. Second was to go. I think the third one was I can't remember now, but so they just held possession in really, in non-threatening areas for Arsenal, but didn't really create much. We actually, in my opinion, had the best chance of the game. Timber should have scored with the header. That was almost a goal. I think last minute Gabriel almost scored as well. But even though I think they gave me they ruled out for a foul. So I can't make much of this result, to be honest with you. It's just I'm happy, obviously, that we didn't lose. This is now what, out of how many games played this season, we've only lost 3 games, and all 3 in the Premier League. So this is the first draw in the Champions League. I can't make much of this performance. I thought there was just one goal out there. One objective is don't lose, and that's what we did. We didn't play our best. We didn't particularly defend our best. I thought the corner goal was sloppy from us. And we didn't get too many corners, which I thought was very interesting. We didn't get too many corners. I thought, I don't know if it was if it was a tactics from Leverkusen to deprive us from getting corners, but it worked. We didn't get too many corners, but the few we had, I think we had 2. I think we had 2. Let me see. I think we had 2 corners, and yeah, let's see. We had how many corners? Okay, I'll check that later. But yeah, we didn't have too many corners, and they obviously scored from a corner. So, but when we had that corner that we had right at the end, we almost score. So I feel like if we have more corners, it's a team that we can get at with corners. But yeah, let me know what you think. It's not a performance to write home about, but it was effective. We got what we wanted, which was do not lose. I think we'd win in London, but we have to be careful with this team. They're a very good team, and we have to up our game to beat them. All right then, cheers. Thank you. Please subscribe, support the channel. Take care.